So guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you might know, I usually share my general knowledge and technical learnings I do per week, or usually I share my engineering skills and knowledge that I have learned over a period of time with you. So today I am trying to share what I have learned for the last few days, that is regarding LangChain and LangGraph. So basically, if you are into technology like engineering videos, I would definitely love you to subscribe to my channel as well as to like this video. Let's get started. Basically, LangChain and LangGraph usually divides and controls the flow of LLMs. These are basically used in RAG, creating an agent as well. And here I'm trying to go through an module or a repository that is produced by LangChain itself. So it's an official repository or an official learning material that you can use to improve your knowledge base on LangChain and LangGraph. And why I choose this particular repository is quite simple, because this particular repository contains hands-on end-to-end learning, and it combines the knowledge of LangChain, LangGraph, as well as how to use some APIs along with these tools like LangChain and LangGraph. And along with that, there are like hands-on tutorial notebooks and even visualization of these graphs to make the concepts clear. In the first module, or the module 0, it's basically just setting up and onboarding yourself into this particular repository or the course. Here you just need to clone this repository, create a virtual environment, install the requirements, set up the environment variables, and run the Jupyter notebook, set up the even the Jupyter notebooks. So it will like work perfectly fine, because this is like really easy way of getting the repository and project up and running. In the first module, that's where the things start getting into the flow. Here, you will define a state, you will define the node, you will define the edges. So basically, a line graph consists of nodes and its edges. And nodes contains the state of the graph, and edges contains the flow of the particular graph. And here we have defined a state or a node named greet, and it contains the value hello. It start from the and you can see you can add edges to the nodes, the start node, the greet node, and to the end node, and these are connected through a function called addEdge that basically summarizes a minimal linear graph. And you can usually visualize this graph using a mermaid display. You can check it out in the course itself. In module 2 and 3, you are bring to the knowledge of state, memory, and UX. So as you said before, we can define the state schemas. We can introduce reduce functions to add on to the state, like update the values of the state. And you can also improve or include summaries for the longer conversations, and even stream the tokens so that it feels like LangChain or the model is producing the output in a continuous way. It actually reduces the waiting period. It almost makes it looks like the model is outputting the values immediately, like the waiting period for getting the first output is reduced, and it feels like it's almost instantaneously producing the results. So that's why streaming is really important. And there are like features like breakpoints, feedback, like human feedback, interrupts, and even time travel debugging. So these are some features that you can tinker with to in the LangChain, so that you can get to know the functionalities in LangChain. Then we can try the module 4. We can try and build a RAG assistant. So basically, it is nothing much. The user is asking some query. We will search for that particular query using the Tavli. We will get some results, and the LLM will get the summary, and we will get aggregate the answer. So subgraph retrieves the data, summarizes, and returns us the coherent answers. In module 5 and 6, we check out long-term memory and deployment. why do we need long-term memory? Long-term memory is usually when we require to store the state of the graph in the memory for a longer period of time. So we can define the long-term memory and the memory schemas of the LangGraph so that you can start or the store the interaction that the user had over a period of time with the model. And the human in the loop feedback will make sure that we can improve or make sure the model is making the right decision, so that the human can interfere in between and have add and loop or a feedback based on the interaction made by the model. So we can use Langsmith or Studio for the traceability, that basically says how the model comes up with this decision. Like, it will take out the user query, it will check out the files or the references the model use, and it will even checks out the latency and the output by the model. That will definitely help us to trace the results that the model generates. And here we have an example or a live code example of how the model is using an tool in the LangGraph. So basically, we have defined a functionality that is just to multiply two numbers. And here you can see that we are using that tool while defining the agent itself. So this agent, when invoked, it in turn use the tool. It will take the output from the tool and make action based on the tool. This could be anything. It can be an API as well, and this API will be returning value to the graph, and the graph will continue from that particular portion. So this can help us with seamless agent combining custom tool and LLM logic. Here we have a workflow diagram. The user can put out a message, the LLM will call the tool, and the tool will get the output, and the LLM will decide the output based on the tool output. So here the tool will decide the next step taken by the LLM. So why LangChain and LangGraph? So basically, LangChain and LangGraph are modular, very clean node and edge flows. We can use it to store the state of the models or the state of the graph, and it has built-in memory and debugging tools, and it has more observability using Studio and Langsmith. These are like ready-to-use features that are not available in other tools that is available. So that's why basically people use LangChain and LangGraph over a period of time, because these are really popular and very well maintained as well. So here we have almost covered up the basics that I have learned over a period of time. Other than that, we can try to check out, build larger modules, larger graphs, like custom memory schema and feedback logging. And you can tell me your own suggestions, your own ideas to build a graph for an agent. And even MCP is a good topic to touch upon. Yeah, that basically sums up what I have learned regarding LangGraph and LangChain. So if you really like this video, just give me a thumbs up. In the next video, we might come up with a new project using these tools. And if you are interested in technology, AI, robotics, or anything related to engineering, that is what I'm trying to improve myself on these days. Just subscribe to my channel and follow me for more interesting technology related contents, and leave me a comment and let me know your feedback so that I can improve my videos in the upcoming sessions, like or in the upcoming days, because I have started really in a really raw format. I know how rough I am. I'm rough around the edges. I'm trying to learn from you guys, improving my videos, even introducing more tools to make it look seamless, look better. So according to your suggestions, I will try to improve my channel and even my presentation in a better way. So thank you. Goodbye. Yeah.